In this video, I'm figuring out my new daily routine. We worked on the landscape around the studio. We started to move the garden. Gluten and dairy-free food ideas. Let's spend the day together.
If I find it, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be an acrobat. I wouldn't mind it.
Now that I spend a big chunk of the day in the studio, I'm going to move my schedule a little bit around, and each day will be slightly different. Today is a very warm spring day. That's what motivated me to clean the curtain as well. And I'm going to leave these behind to do their work and wash the clothes. A very easy and quick reset in the bedroom. So it will be welcoming after a long day. Folding away some clean laundry that was left in the drying machine from yesterday night. Cleaning some area of the floor in the house. I break it down to chunks. Whatever looks the worst, that's what gets the cleaning. Refilling the things that needs to be refilled, and usually Monday is the day when I'm focusing more on the house and spend a little bit more from the morning hours to do a reset. While I'm going to spend my time in the studio, I will let this soak. I added some citric acid, and soaking basically saves a lot of scrubbing. And I'm going to hang the curtains because they are done so it can dry. Zsolt has worked so much on the landscaping around the studio, and he is working on the garden now.
Call me, tell me I'm alive, pull me, fill me up inside here. In the silence of the space we all
I have some gardening on my list.
find a conclusion, break our illusions, way beyond sea.
Today is the first day I officially sit down to start to work on all sorts of creative projects. But it's also very nice to have a separate space for that. It's not that it's not fun to paint at home, but this one definitely gives me more of a focus and I can get lost in the painting easier. And it's also lovely to change up the scenery as well.
My ear and I hear beautiful creatures sing to believers way beyond themselves. Tonight, oh tonight, I wonder if tonight is when I will feel it again.
That noise again. It's like something is knocking on the wall and wanna come in. I need to investigate. I think this is just a bird that is trying to find a new home. Taking a short break, that is important. Continuing with the other tasks. And time goes very fast in the studio.
Meets my skin, even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden.
What makes this process so much easier, while the painting is drying, I can do the packaging, and when I stop that, I can continue where I left with the painting. Getting new ideas.
For miles in spring.
Lunchtime is coming up soon and my stomach is empty, so I'm going up and I'm going to cook something delicious. Grabbing some herbs and eggs for the lunch from my old garden. We are in the process of moving this garden to a new place next to the studio, so it's all gonna be close to each other. Still warm, thanks. And this area will be available for the chickens, and I'm just putting some herbs into their nest so it will keep them healthy. The citric acid did a great work too. The grid looks very shiny and I don't have to scrub a lot. I collected a bunch of herbs and also I was able to find some kale flowers. The kale from last year survived the winter and it just started to have some flowers, and they are lovely to eat. They are great in salads. You can fry them. It's just really a healthy, delicious addition to the meals. One of my favorite meal is the fried zucchinis, and I just had a memory that just popped into my mind. When I was a kid, I loved fried mushrooms, and this is a portobello mushroom, so it's pretty big. And I have to say, this one taken over. This is the new #1 favorite. It has a very delicious taste with a soft texture, and frying them with some egg and gluten-free flour mixture makes it crispy. And I had another idea. I wanted to create something that is pretty and it's reminding me of the confetti. I started to separate the eggs into whites and yellow, and I'm going to start to roll them up.
Seriously?
This is what happens when I'm very hungry and I don't have patience to warm up the pot properly, so it's gonna get stuck. Let's just eat what it's already done.
Dreaming of a time when I get things right. Lost in the shadows of a million stars.
That's the next break from painting, and I'm going to make some smoothies for everybody because now everybody is home for a little bit. Then the half of them will leave to sports and such, but a nice boost on the afternoon with a colorful smoothie will be great.
Door. So hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love.
I had this at my friend's house when she made a lunch, and it was so delicious, and it's a rare treat, but I really enjoy it, and it is from World's Market.
At the next table, you're whisking me. The lights were dim as our eyes met moves on me.
Thank you so much for these handmade stickers.
Meet me here at this time tomorrow.
I also received a letter where they ordered some pictures through mail in the letter, not email, mail. So I hope it's still on time to send it out because I don't check the PO box very often because it's far away, but I hope it makes it on time. Why do I complicate my life with new things in the kitchen? I don't know, but I wanted to try it. And I bumped into some issues with this recipe as well, but I was able to save it. To speed up making the sandwich, instead of putting the mayo on the sandwich, I'm just going to mix it with the iceberg lettuce. So back to this recipe, it turned out flavor-wise, it turned out great, but the bacon wasn't as crispy all the way, especially on the bottom, but I find a way to save it when I made lunch. Wrapping up the kitchen cleanup, and also I have a couple of recipes that I wanna do, and I have to put away some of the book items I bought. The first one that I'm going to make, it's very popular in our family, is just a granola. So you can go creative as much as you want to. I don't like to use coconut oil because very greasy and doesn't hold things together as well as the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter hardens on a room temperature, and I added some pitaya powder as well. This recipe is up on my website, but basically you can just change the nuts and you can achieve different flavors with different fruit powders.
Looking back on it all, maybe I can see what was broken. Ooh, but it's a lonely calling. Yeah, it's a lonely calling. I'm done trying to fix what is broken.
I'm adding some dried papaya and some dried currants. I'm putting them in there afterwards. I bake them so it doesn't dry out.
Human emotion. Yeah, I'm looking ahead, looking out for someone like you. Maybe someday when I've grown older, I can see.
We have some plans for this deck, and one of them is to create a corner where I can take care of my indoor plants. And of course I will have the kitchen set up as well, so we want to expand this deck. Today I wanna work in the garden, but before I go out, I wanna take care of the food for the rest of the day. This is gonna be the dinner. This is something I have on my website as well. It's just carrots and parsnips and beef and some bay leaf and mustard, and I'm going to grind and mix the vegetables, and it's going to be a creamy texture. I'm going to cook some pasta to go with that, and that's how we eat it.
Couldn't see what you saw in me.
And I have some linens that I have to wash.
But you showed me how to believe. Still gets me. When I look back, I can see you're hiding, waiting for a moment to stay.
These raised beds are bigger than in my previous garden. They are longer, and we have 5 altogether. And I'm so looking forward to the summer when everything starts to get green, because right now it looks like I'm living on Mars. We have lots of clay dirt everywhere, and also we're going to finish the outside of the studio, so we have to put some siding on it. There's gonna be a porch, and as you saw, we created a little pathway down there where I wanna put some fountain, a little bench, and some landscaping, so it's gonna be a cozy corner there as well. We only buy cheesecake on the rare occasion, but you know what? I'm going to name a rare occasion for today because I was craving it so much. I had it the last time when I had my birthday, and since then I couldn't stop thinking about it. So tonight, with no occasion, we're just going to have a cheesecake, and also I'm going to decorate it with some flowers that are already growing in the garden. So my routine is greatly depends on the weather, especially on the summer, if there are things that I need to do in the garden. So today we have a sunny weather, so it makes sense to spend more time in the garden. So I'm going to cook a very quick stir fry, and after eating that I'm gonna go back to the garden, and this is where I'm saving the breakfast. I'm just going to fry the bacon that we couldn't eat because it wasn't really crispy, and I'm just going to use that. There's no such a thing as ruined food. As long as it's not burnt, it can be reused and just recooked. And for the rest of the other days, it's gonna be rainy, so that's when I'm planning to do more painting.
I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew.
So this is my daily routine. It's a little bit different each day, and if you watched until the end, I would like to say a huge thank you to you, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!